So this has tires. Okay, it could have had risers, but it has tires. There's a problem with this one. The bottom drawer, it never worked right. But I thought, heck, I'm building it for Patrick. It's not mine, so what's he gonna do? It's not gonna roll anywhere anyway. Move all of our finishing and buffing out here. Out, let's come on, I'll take the keys out. Let's see here. Ooh. Here's what you got though. We also live within 20 miles of the world's largest marine base, the 29 Palms Marine Combat Center.
Right now, I'll tell you what I'm working on now. This is actually a Levin motor controller, and this is their newer model. This is what you would see today if you bought a Levin Lathe. They made this because when you're doing service work and when you need to make adjustments to those arms, you can't do that through a loop. You need higher magnification. So that's why they made this microscope, and they offered this to watchmakers.
Hello, and welcome back to Shop Adventures 24. I'm Lance.
And I'm Patrick.
And we are Shop Adventures, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. We're not too bad this week. I don't think we did too bad at all. I'm going to share what I did, and you're going to give away some secret you did, I guess, something like that.
Sure.
But can I do what we got first?
Sure.
We got us a sticker. We're going to place these prominently. We just haven't decided. Everything here has to take time. This is from Alistair, and his company's Adventures with a Small Lathe. He is awesome, okay? He's just a good guy, and I really like his videos, and this is his really cool sticker. And we put that up there so you can at least see that, huh?
Yeah.
I guess he's precision in between the centers there. I like it. And then a shout out to somebody who really likes us and mentioned us very well this week, and we really appreciate you. You really teach us some unique things, and that's really neat of you. It's Joe's Shop, and I'll tell you what I learned this week. I'll just give you an example, and we're always learning, and I'm just hungry for information. I know Pat is, and I think that hanging around Pat kind of causes that for me. It tries to make me smarter than I am sometimes. It's tarred twine, and you use it to wrap a tool. And it's here's what's kicker. You can leave it outside. It won't. You can even heat it, and then it'll seal a little bit better. And he teaches you how to wrap it, and how to pull it, and how to heat it, and how to seal it. And it's bulletproof to the environment. And that's pretty good when you live in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that much. Okay, let me get back to shall we get on to the topics?
Sure.
Okay. I am going to take you out into the machine shop, and I'm going to show you how to put wheels on something that didn't come with wheels and doesn't have an option for wheels, and what you can do to do that. And I really did this for you, and you can do it in under 4 hours, Pat. Yeah. If you never did it, I can do it in 2 hours. But that's because I've done one of these already and loved it so much, Pat made me do another one for him. And we discovered some interesting information about this little secret.
Yeah, there were some changes made.
Yeah, and we didn't know about it, and nobody's casually ever said anything.
Which is fine with us, though. We're happy with it. Oh, yeah,
you'll find out why.
Yeah.
And this is something that's designed for people with a basement shop, a small little closet shop, a tight space hallways in a machine shop, in your garage maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, so I thought I'd do one of these for you guys because I had to do one anyway and share it with you this week. A little bit different than our normal.
Or it's also a good solution. Instead of having one big tool chest in the center of the workshop, that's all I'll say.
Okay. Okay, he didn't blow it. He almost blew it. No. I won't let him come behind the camera anymore. I'll put him back behind the camera.
See what happens?
Okay, Patrick, what did you do?
Okay, well, first time in a long time, I didn't do any machining or anything. Well, no machining. I did do a lot of stuff, but no machining. And what I did was, we're getting a lot of the restoration projects completed. The micro drill press is done, tapping machine's done, the Levin accessories are done. So, we're closing up a lot of these projects. So I thought, well, you know what? It's really bugging me. The workshop has been a mess. It hasn't been organized.
I don't think the viewers are gonna agree with you.
I know we get teased.
It's just a mess.
Okay, we get teased all the time that it's the cleanest shop, but no. See, the thing is we've never worked here. This is a new. We moved here, and we've never worked.
We
at this
had already
location.
stopped doing work for people.
Yeah, I don't think many people realize.
Yeah, no.
When we moved here, we decided, you know what? Before we get back to work, let's do a lot of things that we've been meaning to do. The restoration work, buying new tables.
Neglect, yeah.
And that's why you see a lot of like the new tables. We used to have laminated tables. Oh, don't ever get laminated tables for your workshop.
No.
Don't. Just believe us. They start peeling and everything. So anyway, I had to organize everything just because I got tired of switching the drill press and tapping machine back and forth.
Can I give away one hint? I can give away one hint.
Okay, because
you almost blew mine out there.
Okay.
All my effort. Okay. He's going to share with you something new he's going to install that's going to be a benefit to the viewer.
You got me surprised too.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, no, that's it. And
this video.
Yeah, so really quick. So I've organized the shop a little bit. I worked on the older Levin Lathe setup a little bit, and we'll leave it up. I'll get into a little bit of details, but that's about it. But we're busy. We're busy getting everything in place so we can start making parts.
Yes, please.
Finally.
Let's see if we know how we're doing. Let's see if we know what we're doing around here or not.
Yeah. I'm getting tired of this restoration work, actually.
Yeah, I'm not really too thrilled with it either, but it had to be done.
But we're happy, though. The results, we couldn't be happier with the result.
Oh, no, we're quite pleased. Okay, well, thank you. Let's get started. I think we'll start...
with you.
I'll start out in the machine shop then. Let's go. Bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, we're in the machine shop, and Lance has an update for us.
Hey, hi, how you doing? Okay. Yeah, in front of me is a lot going on. I'm in the machine shop, obviously, as he said. There's a pile of stuff in front of me. It's an utter mess.
Oh, there is a lot of stuff.
Normally, a table, in our opinion, should always be clear. Pat's had a little talk with you guys about that in the workshop. That'll eventually be, when you come, there'll be a machine there and there'll be nothing on the tabletop. It's small or loose. That's a standard practice. You take what you need every day and you put it with your machine and you operate. That's how we're trained.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this mess needed a home, and I've had Pat out here this morning. I pulled out a few, not everything's in this camera angle, but I have pulled out a lot of the little tools I use to do micro assembly and little finishing, final finishing. I'm talking about final matching parts to put them together. This is some of the arsenal I need to do that. The problem is I have some of it here, some of it in the workshop, some of it in my design studio where I draw the drawings for our product and those kind of things. Even our office has stuff laying on the tables that really needs to get a home. I think if you'll notice, in our workshop and in our machine shop, we have a lot of individual toolboxes. They're 5 drawer, 4 drawers. I don't know what's the one I'm going to talk about. Today's a 7, I guess. And so organization with us and having everything near where you're working is great. I notice a lot of times, and I think Patrick even mentioned you can relate to this. Everybody will have one big toolbox in their workshop, the garage, or wherever you're working. Garage, workshop, machine shop, whatever you have.
Right.
And it's a central box, and you have to go to it, get something, bring it back. Where our theory was to make, like we do with our workstations, was to put the toolboxes as near as possible, tool chest actually they are, as near as possible to the work area. Is that right, Patrick?
That's right. We didn't want to have full-size tool chests either everywhere as well, because we're really limited on space.
Okay, so being a micro machine shop, and everything's a little tiny around here, this is my big giant tool chest that I'm going to work on today. And that's why the other day I bought this bar of Delrin. It's a foot long, it's 2.5 inches wide, and it's 2 inches thick. Why is that? Did you buy that? And why is there grade 5 bolts and nuts here? Because this tool chest doesn't come with tires. This is a side mount tool chest for a big rollaway tool chest. And it comes from Harbor Freight. I know, okay, I get it. Harbor Freight. Listen, I paid $2 a pound for this. This is 134 pounds. So I paid about heading toward $2 a pound. It's $100.
Almost.
And I probably put out another $100 worth of Delrin and tape or whatever's going on here. And actually, I don't care. I mean, okay, because I needed a lot of toolboxes, and that's the way it works. It's not what the toolbox is. It has to be strong. It's what goes in it that matters around here. And boy, there's a lot of neat stuff in these toolboxes. Okay. So because this clips on, I have to build my own tires, my own risers for the tires because it's not designed for it. And it's built very strong. It's 7-drawer, and it's a little small station, so I can put, what we do in micro finishing and stuff like that is we have a lot of little wood chips and little tiny little sanding stones and all kinds of little micro drivers and stuff. And they only take little space, this big, and there'll be a whole bunch. So I just need more little spaces than I do big giant drawers, 73-inch long toolbox like our main toolbox is over here. And so that's why I wanted to share with you guys today that I'm going to build this little box, but this is one, it's colored as black, right?
Yeah, it's black.
And Pat built one for Pat already, a red one out here for his little tag milling machine, actually.
Yeah, want to show it?
Yeah, come on over. Of course, it has a problem. I built this about a year ago. And, I built it for Pat, not for me.
Oh, real quick.
Huh.
Yeah, see, this is a little CNC tag milling machine.
Finger for reference size.
Yeah. So we needed a little tool chest so we could put all the little parts in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it works perfect. And just a note, we were really impressed with the quality of this. I mean, this line is really heavy duty, and it's really heavy. Didn't you say, Lance, that you could actually mount a piece of machinery on this?
Yeah, it's designed to mount a small milling machine on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, somebody's done it, I think, and that's where we saw it. Like, oh, gosh.
Right.
So this has tires. Okay, it could have had risers, but it has tires.
Oh, yeah,
There's a problem with this one. The bottom drawer, it never worked right. But I thought, heck, I'm building it for Patrick. It's not mine, so what's he gonna do? It's not gonna roll anywhere anyway. So the bottom drawer doesn't quite close because it hits the bolt heads, and the tires don't quite turn because they hit the bottom down there. The two front tires that turn, they're obstructed. The back's fine. So I'm getting this old one because the black one that's in the box over there is for Patrick's workshop. It matches better with the blacks because he has black and green and then wood boxes in there. I think there's 12 in there to be total, like somewhere around that range.
Yeah, there's a lot of tool chests in there.
Very organized and everything's has its place, so we don't have to make much movement to make a product. Very efficiency issue with us. So now that this is becoming mine, of course, it's no longer any good that the tires rub and that the door doesn't close. It didn't matter before yesterday. After my trip to Harbor Freight, realizing that one's for Patrick, I can't have his car running better than mine. So I'm going to make mine perfect, and his will be fine. It'll be fine, I promise. In fact, I'll make sure mine's better than his because I'm going to flatten one of these tires. I'm just going to stand down here a little bit. I'm just being funny. Okay. Now that we're out in the machine shop, I'm going to share something with you today about our youth. No, not these two youth. Good Lord, that was yesterday. Tomorrow's youth, the youth that all of us are working today, and hopefully they'll be taking over our positions one day to do the work that we've done. All of us, you guys included, especially you guys that have machines up at home. We've talked about tools and everything. That's one thing I want to say positive about Harbor Freight, is that Harbor Freight, you're right, it's good for one-use tools, right, Pat?
Right.
We talked about it. It's good for one-use tool. Anything we do seriously, I buy American, Swiss, German, very serious tools that I use day in and day out because I got to be reliable and it's got to be really accurate. But if you're a young teenage boy and you're still in high school and you got a little extra money, maybe a side job or whatever, that Harbor Freight actually is pretty good. We were over there getting this toolbox and we're looking around, Pat, little drill press, little mill, little lathe, some cutters, drill bits and stuff, some little wrenches and stuff. I said, gosh, where was this store when we were growing up? We had Radio Shack because we were into electronics, and we had a really neat store for Patrick named Orvac Electronics. Yeah, I should never have took him there. That's a really unique store that has a lot of what they call new old stock, leftover inventory, and that really got him hooked. So
yeah.
But before us, Patrick and I, there was the Heath line, the Heath stores. So today I see Harbor Freight as a positive for the youth. It's a very affordable compared to when we grew up, guys. I remember the old Sears Craftsman.
Right. We used to, our age, we used to go in the Sears store and it was pretty expensive. We had to save money for just a tool set.
We did, and both Pat and I each have our first toolbox because, we've been friends forever. But both of our toolboxes are a little different, but they're both the 2-drawer red Craftsman
Oh, yeah,
toolbox.
this is funny. Let me show real quick.
See, there's Patrick's. It's always perfect.
Yeah, so I got this when I was 18 years old. And, you know, of course, it has the Sears tools. And kid you not, my name tag has been there since I made this when I was 18.
You can make that kind of labeler anymore?
Yeah.
Okay, no toolbox inspections today. And mine's over there. It's hiding back there.
Yeah, it's hiding behind there.
Okay, so we do everything the same. That was our first toolbox. But, you know, those tools are expensive, man. Especially when you're a high school kid. I remember being able to go buy a wrench.
Well, you know, just a quick note. You know, when we turned 18, we couldn't get a MasterCard or Visa.
Oh, no.
You had to get a Sears card to, you know, build up your credit. And then you could get a Discover card.
Discover was next.
Next. And then if you're lucky, you got a Master or Visa.
Oh.
And American Express, that was out of our league.
I never saw that outside of my dad's wallet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
That's good. No, that's good. So now that I'm out here and we're talking today, and normally we just go right to work, I just wanted to share with you, I'm going to build this box today. I'm going to have you back to see me when I got it all ready to assemble. There's a lot of little work. Stickers do not stay on anything around here. We're very, very accurate. This box will hold a lot of weight, but unfortunately it's only going to hold it weighs 134 pounds, probably going to have 20 pounds in it. Behind me is something I want to share with you. I'm getting this toolbox ready for a reason. My desk, this desk that I sit at and Pat can sit on the other side of, is going to be very modernized. That's all I want to say to you is it's going to get a very, very high-tech, advanced change made to it that a few of the changes we likely believe you've never seen done to an assembly table before. That's a micro finish and assembly table of our final products as we gear up to get ready here. I hope you'll like that part of it. We've already ordered the supplies to build it, and it's going to be really neat. That's all I'm allowed to say about that because but that is why I'm building the toolboxes. I have to have this table completely cleared off. That's what this is all rushing about. And Pat needs another toolbox like a hole in his head. The little one put outside, the black one I'm building. Behind me is our power source. I want to just give you a hint about us. You know, this is a home that's mostly converted into a machine shop. We just happen to live in 2 rooms here that we live in, right? And we have a little common area where we watch TV.
Sure.
And we have a little eating area. It's not.
But other than that, it's all work related.
Come on, I've got an airline that blows the dishes dry in the kitchen, okay? So this is where we're living, okay? This is our 208 volt. This is a 400. This is coming in. This is not the main panel. The main panel is actually at the other end of this house, the opposite of this of the machine shop side, and that's where the panel's taller than I am over there. It's actually 6 foot. It's right about my height. It's because it's up on the walls, but it's actually sits about 6.5 feet tall, and I'm 6'2" or something like that. And that's our big inlet. That's our 400 amp 3-phase power that we have bringing in. This is pulled over. This brings the 3-phase. This is the only room that gets the 3-phase power. So we just pulled it all the way through the attic system and out right here. Because, you know, we do our own electrical. So that's what we built.
Right. We actually ran the conduit ourselves.
Yeah, we do all this work.
See all the black and the blue. See, it actually goes across the garage and goes to
you just want to show off that panel with the little window. I know what he's doing.
Well, I'm proud of that little sub panel over there. So you're going to ask me, well, what does a micro machine shop need 3-phase full-blown power for? Well, I mean, besides the fact that I can turn on, the house has 2 air conditioners because one's in the workshop area and one's in the house. Right.
And we have pads and room for 2. We're putting in 2 more, so it'll be 4 air conditioners. It's nice to have all those running, turn on the mill, turn on the lathe, turn on the drill press, turn on a few micro drills, pop the kitchen light, turn on a microwave, and nothing ever dims. That's an amazing thing to get to share with you. That's my only moment to get to brag because when we moved in this place, it had a 100 amp breaker box so old I couldn't even get a fuse for it.
It didn't even have a front door. The front door was missing.
Yeah, they sold it to us without a door. Literally, the house had no door either. This was a really beat up place, but we've made it into a neat place. We spent a couple of years getting it to the position you see it today, and it's getting better all the time. Speaking of that, Patrick, did you want me to share?
Yeah, you know what? I thought it would be nice to show people one of the things we just started working on again, because they probably seeing a lot of like this. The blaster. We had the blaster here.
Blaster cabinet.
Yeah, then we have
a little tumbler.
Yeah, tumbler. This
and I have a whole polishing and buffing situation here where I cannot have it in here. What? I know you're going to ask the question: why is 3-phase power? There's something going to happen here, and I'm going to have to get anything that has anything to do with grinding, grit, any kind of micro dust like that has to be removed from here. This machine shop area has to be a little bit, first of all, I need the space to put it in here. And the other thing is I can't have that grit in the air for the ways on this.
Right.
Ooh, on something. Okay, come on.
Okay, that's great.
That, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to move all of our finishing and buffing out here. Out, let's come on, I'll take the keys out. Let's see here. Ooh. Welcome to the desert. There's no plants. This is it's 120 square feet. I built this. It's what I have to do is I'm going to go ahead. We've agreed now. We've already put the power in out here. It's underground. It's not poled yet. I put the conduit down under there, and I've got a water line coming out. I'm going to pull them both up, and we're going to have to put our concrete siding on. Pat, if you just turn the camera back over to that's our repair station's shed there. That's the finish that this will look like. So it's got that. There, we get this open. Yeah, and this is where I'm going to move all the polishing, the finishing, the blasting, and that's it. Tumbling, right?
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, here we go. I'll show you around a little bit. This is going to be called the gray coat area. You got the blue for the machine shop. You got the blue for the machine shop. You got the white for the workshop. And we'll have the gray for the finishing shop. It's kind of a neat little building. It took us a while. We stopped working on it to get going on our product and YouTube videos. So I just wanted to take you out, show you this area. This is where we'll do all the finishing and keep our nice machine shop secret thing happening from getting grit.
And just, Lance and I poured this foundation right here by hand.
Yeah, we did.
That was a lot of work.
Oh boy.
And Lance already painted with epoxy, so it's already a move in.
Yeah, it's all
very soon.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Great. Well, come on. Okay. And then we put a concrete pad over here. Come on. See, this is where one of those air conditioners is going to go. So it'll have air conditioning right here. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, see, so there's a pad right there for air conditioning.
I'll be nice about it. Pouring concrete's not very good.
Yeah, and this is getting siding.
That's what's getting, that gray.
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, and just to show you, that's our workshop right there.
So I'm going to pull, let's see here. I'm going to pull, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull just 220 power out here. We don't have no three-phase needed out here. I pulled enough the conduit diameter is enough to pull it to, what is it? I'm going to pull a 208.
Yes.
Yeah. So that'll cover us out here, and I'm going to have more power than I need, including for the air conditioner. So that's really neat. Anyway, we're going to give you a little update on that, and I'll have you back to see the toolbox in just a little bit, okay?
Great, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Okay, we're back, and Lance has a progress update for us.
Boy, do I. All right, hey, welcome back. Hey, this isn't the first time Patrick's come up to me right now, so I can't lie to you. This isn't a surprise visit. He'll pop in on me with the camera when I'm working. Truth is, we have to retake a lot of video a lot of times, and let me explain why. Maybe you don't know, and maybe it's time. This is Shop Adventures. Maybe it's good that we share a story. We live in an industrial zoned area. So this is a residential home converted into a business that we live within. Is that right?
Yeah, and it's really unique. There's a lot of empty lots here, and you can no longer build a house on these lots. It has to be business.
A building, yeah.
Yeah, a building. So we're really lucky to have this house in this zone.
Yeah, because our only neighbor is the county fire department, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's all we have, and they're there. Pat says 24 hours a day.
Yeah, there's 3 chiefs that rotate every 24 hours.
Yeah. And
they're here 24 hours a day. They sleep. They each have their own rooms. So there's
sometimes they take off like the Batmobile out of here because they get a call and they have to handle the whole county, which is the whole eastern county, which is this is the largest county in America.
San Bernardino, right?
San Bernardino County is the largest county in America. Okay. Okay. So that being said, they're never the problem though. They're really nice guys. They're our age. They're in their 50s. They're chiefs, so they're on their way out basically.
Yeah, they're really nice guys.
They're really nice.
Yeah.
So they are our only neighbor that's not burnt to the ground. And what you don't know is we live in a thing called the radius. in this valley right here, and right across the street from this business is the Yucca Valley Airport. And I go, okay, yeah, a little airport, little runway. It is. It's nice. It's a nice runway. It's tar and all that. And there's a bar down at the end of the street, and then there's a bar on the other side of my street. So I'm surrounded by these bars. So it's very theatric around here at times, I'll say, at night.
Well, it is funny, you know, we talk about if we were young, we'd be at the bars all the time.
YouTube videos? Ha! I'll see you at the bar.
Now our age, we've never been to the bars.
No.
Unfortunately.
So here's what you got, though. We also live within 20 miles of the world's largest marine base, the 29 Palms Marine Combat Center. So what we get here, and it happens a lot, is we get what they call flybys or flyovers. They do a little testing here. They'll drop down on this airport with helicopters, and I mean Sikorskis, and I mean they'll use the YF-22 Osprey. That thing's got the big rotors that go like this, and got the big propellers. It flies like a plane and a helicopter. Right. That thing is so loud. First of all, they look like little toys. You can see the pilot and the co-pilot inside. It's kind of funny, a couple guys hanging out of the back ramp of it and everything. But they buzz our house and they usually cause quite a dirt storm in there, and sometimes they'll chop real hard here. So it's quite a story. 24 hours a day, we get the life flights for the emergency flights out of here to the big major hospitals, because all we have is a little care center. But we love it. Don't get me wrong. We just want to make sure you know that sometimes our filming is not so real. In other words, Pat's already surprised me, and I have to do it anyway because we can let the planes go. You'll hear it in the videos all the time, right, Pat?
Right. Sometimes we just let it go.
We let it go, and you guys think it's a motorcycle or a car, but it's actually an airplane or a private jet of the military. And their military is here all the time, and it's 24 hours a day. So, but remember, we come from aerospace. We love it. I can't wait to see the next airplane or helicopter coming here. It's just awesome. But we just want to share that little update with you now. Can I get to my work?
Yes.
Okay, since there's no more surprise. Okay, I did get this all drilled. Something really neat happened. You know, I got this one here. This one never really rolled really well. Remember I said that I made this for Pat and the wheels kind of locked up. They kind of ran into it and everything. See, it basically rolls as good as a Ferrari now. And you know why I told you that earlier? It's because this one's for me.
Yeah, see, look, now that it's his.
Yeah, the drawer's closed.
Perfect.
This drawer didn't close. He used to run into some bolts for the tires underneath. So that's something you got to watch when you're building one of these, by the way. Make sure your tires are set back far enough. Set back. Okay, then I'm a kind of an engineer type, so I'm measuring. Something don't seem right with this thing. So the one we had is about almost 17, right? About 16 and a half, 17 inches. You see it?
Okay.
Okay, I go, okay, that's fine. Remember now, this is from Harbor Freight. So I got this one drilled, which is really neat. But look, it's 14 and a half inches.
Yeah, unbelievable. We were just laughing.
Same part number. It's 2 years newer than the other one. About 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, what they don't know over Harbor Freight is where
here, let me show the holes you drilled.
Oh, there's my little holes. Yeah, let me show you. Stay here. Let me get my tire.
Okay.
Okay. So we're here, let me explain something. So these are the back tires that they don't turn. And you'll notice that they have a pin and a slot. Can you see those?
Yeah.
Okay. Got them?
Yeah.
You know us, we have to be sure that the shiny pin faces outward.
Right.
We don't want to mount them like that. We want to mount them like that. Okay, and you'll see that they're really low. And by the way, you didn't have to use Delrin. You could have used. You couldn't, but the problem, like Pat points out, these things would be too low to the ground. The front ones wouldn't be able to really turn.
Well, you wouldn't be able to lock the front wheels.
Can't get to them.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get your fingers.
And then it becomes like a spider nest under here or bug trap or whatever. See, we got them up high enough so we can. So you see, my block goes there. And by the way, these blocks are all done. So see, each one has a block. Well, that's not the right block. Sorry, Charlie. The wheels are different thicknesses. Okay. See, one goes like that. One goes like that. And then it just going to sit here and rotate. So if you guys want to build one of these, I mean, personally, they're so ridiculously priced, so low priced, but yet so strong. I almost told Patrick in my bedroom I was thinking about putting one on, what do they call those, nightstands?
Oh, yeah, nightstands.
I was going to put one on each side of my own bed and call it nightstands. I don't know, but they look pretty good to me.
Sam, we like putting these in the front so you can lock them. See? So these have the locks, and then these are just stationary, always rolling.
Yeah, and that's how we modified these, right?
Yeah.
we love this thing. And there's my little bolts, and I'm all ready to go. And guess that's it. So you're going to be back to see me again, right?
Yeah, when you're done with this.
So let me just wrap up this one. I'm going to deliver this one to Patrick. The red one's staying with me. And I finally can get all of my little finishing and little cleaning parts and stuff and all that stuff all put in one place to work from and just be more efficient around here. So that's pretty neat.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, despite what anybody might be thinking, there's Patrick, but before I get there, hold on. I wanted to just explain, just because we live here and work together doesn't mean we just work in the same room all day. We have this game where we leave the camera in the middle of the areas. So like in this case, it's by the kitchen. And so what I do is he'll grab it, and when he comes out and sees me, he's really coming out and seeing me. And when I grab it like I did right now, I said, let me go check on him. He likes to think it's funny checking on me. So there's your story. Okay, hi Patrick. I want to get an update from you now. We're in the workshop.
Hi guys. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing a couple of things in here. I'm reorganizing the shop a little bit. Trying to make it more workable. Now that we're getting close to making parts once again. And so I'm putting a lot of stuff together too. We're completing a lot of the restorations of our machines and our Levin accessories, and so everything's coming to completion. So now we've got to put it all together, and that's what I've been focusing on this week. And right now, I'll tell you what I'm working on now. This is actually a Levin motor controller, and this is their newer model. This is what you would see today if you bought a Levin Lathe. And this actually belonged to our newer Levin setup here. But we upgraded it. We've showed this before. I want to show the front of it real quick, Lance.
Oh, that's the one that I back and forward with the turret.
Yeah, we upgraded some years back because this works really well for a turret setup because it has stop, forward, reverse. Instead of, going backwards, forward.
And I've got really good at it. Once you get it, you just stay in the zone and you just go forward and backward. It really works.
Yeah, doesn't it work a lot better?
Oh yeah, but you got to be on your game.
Yeah. So I had this one. But I just, when we upgraded, was just on the shelf. So I decided, well, you know what? Let's upgrade our older Levin lathe and let's upgrade it with this new motor control. And let's go over there. Let me show you what I've been doing. Okay, this is our older lathe model, and this is actually one of our first full Levin setups we purchased many years ago. And as you can see, this one's actually all ready to be put back together. The spindle, we actually built this headstock sometime last year, right, Lance?
Oh yeah, because we're getting pretty good at it now.
Yeah.
You do enough of these long enough, but you can't ever cut any corners. But you do get used, like anything, guys. You get used to doing that same type of operations.
Yeah, and we've done a lot of headstock reviews. We've done a lot of headstock rebuilds, and also the little spindles, and that's why we're going to share that with you in our educational videos because we have special tools we've been given and shown how to use. From some great mentors of ours from the past years. So we definitely want to share that with everybody. But as you can see, so this is all ready to go. So so I was working on the motor controller you saw, but then I ran into a problem. Let me show you down here. This is the old motor controller. Okay, and as you can see, it's very heavy, and you can see it's very old. And what's really interesting about this controller is there's actually very little electronics in here. Basically, the speed knob is basically a variac.
Yeah, for some of our more seasoned viewers, I'm sure you're going to know what a variac is. So right. We thought we should mention that. It's really a classic.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And basically all it does is it takes in the AC voltage and just lowers the voltage, and that's all it does. It doesn't clip the sine wave or nothing. Very simple technology. So I decided, we weren't using the newer model, so let's go ahead and upgrade it, and that'll be a really nice upgrade for this setup. Okay, but then I ran into a problem with the motor. The old setup used these nice amp connectors, but now these aren't used anymore. Basically, you stripped it on the newer setup. You just strip the cable, you put one of those plastic clamps on. I think it's called a cord relief. And see, by doing that, see, I need about that much that goes into the enclosure, so I've lost a lot of length. Plus, the newer box is deeper. So what I have to do is I have to take this whole front apart and install a new cord. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do all that, I might as well, like we have a saying, right, Lance? If we're going to take something apart, let's do some maintenance. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to replace the bearings as well.
Yep, we got this rule. Let's see, let's see if I get all 4 of them for the motor case. In the motor case, it's bearings, bushings, felts, and brushes.
That's right.
And everything's different, but if you get the basics, if it's the high wear parts, we're going to at least check them, but anything that's like a bearing is automatic.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I will share this. I will share the disassembly. It'll be the time lapse, of course, because I like to see time lapse. I think some of our viewers enjoy that too.
That's the fastest I've ever seen them work.
And I'll show changing the bearings. I'll show checking the carbon brushes. I'll show how we clean the commutator. I'll go through the whole process, and then we'll put it back together. And then it'll run just like new. Actually, it's running pretty good, but maintenance is always good. And I think that's it. So we have that to do, and I think I can complete this following week. And then
this thing's going to end up looking like an amusement park. This table, right? Do you want to tell them about what it really looks like when it's? I know because I work here, but you guys should know what to expect here.
When you see this, there's going to be this idler pulley system that comes up. There's going to be an enclosure on a pole right here. We even have a Levin micro drill press that's going to go.
One I'm really used to using and really like it. I like this one a lot.
That's the one we've had for a while, and we did a full restoration on that too.
Yeah, it was good before, but I bet it's so accurate now.
Oh yeah, so we're so excited. So if everything goes smoothly, let's hope so. We hope to demonstrate this full setup next week and maybe even do a couple of test, turns, cutting some brass or something really simple.
I mean, to show we know how to do some machining around here? Micro machining now, I mean.
Yeah. Okay. So that's there.
We want to go to I see something on a table. You said you're tired of moving or something. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. If you've seen me, I've done a lot of videos behind this table right here. And, sometimes you'll see this micro drill press. Sometimes you'll see the tapping machine. And basically, I had no room for both. So basically, I'd have to put one down, put the other one, up, keep switching. And you know what? I said, I've had enough of this. So finally, I had to make a new home for the tapping machine. Because this is actually going to be the permanent home for the micro drill press. So just like over there where we have a micro drill press with the Levin Lathe, this will have the same setup, because we never want 2 of the same equipment next to each other. We want to be able to have them in separate workstations so 2 people can use them at the same time if needed.
Okay.
So
I see some blank wall I never get to see in this room. Why is that?
So what happened was, if you notice, there used to be drawers right here, 2 drawer chests. And what I did is I moved them over here. Basically, I moved the bookshelf forward and I put them back to back. So that worked out really nicely. So what that gave us is a new little work area. And this is really nice because what really bothered me is we had this dead space, this square area right here. It was dead because you couldn't work.
Oh, it's where 2 tables join together. See that, guys? You see how the 2 tables come together there?
See, so you couldn't really utilize it because the drawers were in the way, and then over here you couldn't access this area. So by doing this move, gave us a nice little work area, and somebody can still work at the workbench, the watchmaker's bench here at the same time, so it doesn't interfere with anybody. So this is the tapping machine's new home, and
it's going to be neat.
The other thing is, this plate came in a few days ago, and
I know what that means. That means it's work for me is what that means. I know by looking at it.
Exactly. Okay, what it's for? Okay, if you notice, we installed this VFD on this aluminum plate. just like this, but shorter. Okay, and we were originally going to have this power switch mounted right here, but then we were thinking about it, and we were thinking, well, you know what? After using this, chips are definitely going to fall on the switch and probably get inside the switch, and that's not a good thing. So we decided to order a longer back plate, and now see we can install the switch right below the VFD. So that's going to be really nice. So all I have to do is I have to disassemble everything, give this to Lance, and he'll do a nice finish front. He'll make this really nice and pretty like he did here, and he'll drill the holes and get everything done. Mount this, below, and then I'll install it, and it'll be 100% done. So that's nice.
Hey, you know what though? Just because I know you're here.
Yeah.
Remember the viewer wrote in a comment about wanted to be able to see better, more focused pictures from the internet, or something, or from our filming.
Through a microscope.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and
okay.
You want to give that?
Sure. Come on, right over.
Oh, we get to go for a walk. Come on along.
Okay. Originally, this is what we've been using for years. I originally found it, and it's a Bulova Microscope. And what they originally made this for was for their tuning fork movement watches. Like the 214 and 218 watch movements. And it's a really fascinating technology. It's based on a little miniature tuning fork. And how it works is, as a tuning fork vibrates, there's two arms that vibrate with a tuning fork. And at the end of the arm, there's these little tiny jewels. Okay, and the jewels are going back and forth on an index wheel. So it's forcing the index wheel to turn, and that's what keeps the timing. The tuning fork is vibrating at a very consistent frequency. I can't think off the top of my head, but it's very consistent, and that's what keeps it very accurate timing. And they made this because when you're doing service work and when you need to make adjustments to those arms, you can't do that through a loop. You need higher magnification, so that's why they made this microscope, and they offered this to watchmakers. So that's why we originally got it, but you could use it for anything you would need a microscope for. So we've loved it. It works great. We did run into a problem though recently, probably about a year or two ago. It uses two light bulbs, one in the base right here, and then there's a light bulb up here like a spotlight. And the problem is the one on the top burnt out, and for the life of me, I could not find a replacement. Right, Lance?
No, and he's pretty good. He's good at searching the world, and I think we found something one day in Bangalore or something. I said, really? What do we do?
We checked everywhere, and I did my searches everywhere, global on the internet.
We contact a lot of friends even, because we got a lot of watchmaker friends.
So yeah, it's kind of funny. So I decided, it's time to just upgrade it to LED. So that's what we're gonna do. So that's great.
But that wouldn't help once we got into YouTube, we realized this man's had a question that we solved, but we didn't finish it yet.
But the question was, it would be nice to have a microscope where we can share the views with you guys, the viewers. So we ended up buying this. We bought this sometime last year.
Yeah.
And what's really nice about this is a stereo microscope, but at the same time, it also, you could see through this video camera. And this is a HD high resolution camera. So that's really nice. So, we'll be able to share footage with you guys on video. When we want to show really close, detailed close-ups. So we're really excited about that. So, and then
we got something that we're gonna do. We're gonna pull a Randy Richards here, isn't that right?
Right.
Randy Richards in the shop. You're not the only Randy Richards in the shop with some kind of fancy technology up there.
Well, Randy gave us an idea.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so that microscope's new home is going to be right here on this top right here. Okay, so we bought a monitor that we're going to install like right here, right above it. So at all times, as we're using the microscope, there'll always be a picture on the monitor. So that's kind of nice. That's for convenience. Two things: for convenience, that we can, using the camera, we can take a view of the monitor and show you things. As well, multiple people can be standing here and be seeing the same thing. So it's really nice.
Now I busted Patrick here, and I'm going to butt in, I guess.
Uh-oh.
See, you see the monitor, you see the little fancy microscope, and it needs a computer to run all that. So to get connected, of course, it needs to be connected to the internet. And then while he does have an internet-connected tablet or so around here, I know what he wants that computer out here for. Besides that, he likes to browse that internet and make purchases in places where I'm not located. See, so I don't see it, and then all of a sudden there's a doorbell and there's a package and.
I need tools.
Lots of tools. He's just always got a little space for an extra tool.
I am a tool addict, I'll admit.
Okay, is that good?
But I think that's good, yeah. And so we're really excited about that. And so just this week I've been focusing on getting this place organized better. Because we're getting really close to having work in here and
real machining.
Finally, you guys will be able to see us make actual parts. So we're really excited to get back. And I think that's about it.
That's about it? Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Okay, we're back with Lance, and I think he has good news.
Good news is it's all done. Yeah.
Yay.
Got my little red Ferrari all fixed up with the smooth tires that operate perfectly now, unlike before. This is the new one, and you can see they sit up off the ground equally in height. You'll notice, he's going to show you that. See? That's what I want you to do, be able to clean under there. In our case, we usually stuff something under there. I usually find stuff Pat buys and hides. Okay. So this one's narrower, as we know, and this one's wider, as we explained. And you can't get one or the other today. You only can get the one on the black. Okay. This one's like a little square cube. It's a little cube. And this one is longer, though. We forgot to mention that earlier.
Right. It's narrow, but it is longer.
And so, but something else that this is all about learning together and sharing our little shop adventure. So Patrick has a little trick. Patrick, can I take the camera?
Oh, sure. Okay.
He's got a little trick he wants to show you that you can do he's going to explain.
Okay, and this is a problem you'll see in old tool chests. Well, maybe most of them, because Lance will show you a little later. Okay, when I hate this, because when you try to pull a drawer, see how the whole tool chest comes with you? Because it locks in. And then, so you have to hold the tool chest, pull this out, and then get your tool. And then also when you close it in, you have to push really hard for it to lock into place. See that?
So basically, Pat, if you had a big wrench in the back and you pulled on it, it's gonna fly out the back, and when you close the drawer, it's gonna fly forward.
Oh, especially if you have like small tools like us.
That's all we have.
You lay them out really nice and pretty. By the end of the week, they're all in the back.
Oh yeah.
And I hate that.
Even on those mats, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I did was, I go, yeah, this really bugs me. There's got to be a little mechanism in there that I can modify. Well, once I figured it out, and I'm going to show you, I've removed it for all our tool chests here and in the workshop. And see, if you notice, okay, this is fully closed. See, it comes out really easy. I don't have to hold the tool chest. And it pushes in all the way easy.
So every tool in there stays where every tool is.
Exactly. And all you have to do is, I'll just describe it really easily. If you, at the very end of the ball bearing rails, at the very end, you'll see these little rubber, like rubber rings. And all you have to do is get like a screwdriver and just pry them off. Draw them like a little arm. And you just pry the little rubber ring off, because that's what, when it gets to the very end, the rail on the drawer is it's like grabbing onto that, and that's what you get that locking from.
And it has a lock. They can still lock though with the key. Everything works.
Right. That doesn't affect the locking mechanism. This is only the closing and opening lock where it locks the drawer in. So, and it's really easy. If you don't like it, just when you remove the little rubber rings, just keep them someplace, and you can always put them back on, and you can get that locking back.
But if you're like us and you want all your tools where they are when you open a drawer, then you're going to want to do what we're doing.
Right.
Patrick, let me give you this camera though and show you one other version of drawers that exists.
Yeah, we got really spoiled with this drawer system.
Well, this is our general shop box. It's a Milwaukee or something. That's what they sold us. I don't know which drawer was it. No. Oh yeah. Okay, so see how that opens and see watch. This is, I know you guys have seen this before. Oh, gotta go a little more. There. Self-closing. So
Yeah, it's really
every
nice.
little tool in our toolbox
Do it again.
stays where it's at. See that? My little tools stay where they are all day. See that? Takes care of itself, and I don't have to stand here and do anything. And
Yeah, it's you just push it and it grabs it almost, and it pulls it in slowly. It's really neat.
we love that. And eventually, I assume every toolbox will probably have it.
Probably.
I'm sure things like Snap-on have it, and your higher dollar stuff. But I don't know if Kennedy does it today. But it's pretty neat. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. I think that's it. I'm glad you came along with me on this journey to build the toolbox, and we'll get back at it.
Yeah, they look great. I can't wait to put my black one inside the workshop.
Unless I find a liking for it.
Okay, thank you, Lance.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you leave us one of those comments, maybe we have something we can answer. We will never leave a question unanswered. Thank you.